Hello. Hello, are we live? Is this real life? Hello? Yeah, we should be live. Look, we've got fancy microphones now, so you do make sure that you can hear us and see us well. There might be a bit of a delay, obviously. Yeah, it is cold in the office. It's actually freezing in here.
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, but I think that our sound should be much better this time than previously because we've got two microphones, not one. So yeah, welcome everyone to January Q&A live stream, top drives and everything. We're very keen to see you. It looks like we've got quite a few viewers joining in at the very start, so good to see everyone. My name is Dimitri. I work as a community manager for Top Drives, and this is Maria. She's a product manager also for Top Drives. So yeah, let's just say a couple of hellos to the people joining. We've got Arabu Muafik, we've got Brom for Sinos, we've got Neptune, YouTube, we've got Cezoni from Katie Play, we've got Just Bakiro, and everyone. Yeah, we have a good sound quality as long as we're keeping these microphones close to our faces. So do you want to say something, Maria?
Oh,
People
hi.
are saying hi to you.
Hello. If you saw the Blossom Pack video, you may actually know me as Maria 3 Uncommons.
Yeah, but you were in that live stream as well in November, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, no unfamiliar faces. So yeah, we're cold. It's really cold in here because obviously there's only like 3 or 4 people that go into the office regularly. So at least this floor, which is like F1's floor, it's not heated. So we sit downstairs, so that's why it's really cold in here. But it's fine. We are warmed by the love from our players and the conversations, So yeah, we are obviously we've released the roadmap today, and an update for the roadmap for the past 3 months. I think it was pretty cool. I don't know if we should have a look at it. I should have it on the screen somewhere any second now. Before we move on to the questions themselves, and there are some interesting questions. But yeah, if anyone has missed it, let me see if I can actually pull up a link. It doesn't seem like I have access to the chat here to post. Anyway, if you want to find a link to this document, it's not so obviously, it's not so obvious to find it. But if you go to our Twitter, our Top Drives game, it should be pinned to the top of the list. And so we just basically talk about like what's been done in the past 3 months, which is quite a bit, to be honest. Like, I don't know, Maria, if you want to say anything about this, but we've done quite a few things in the past 3 months, and it's a good idea to like sort of have a look and reflect on what's been done, because sometimes the team just keeps going and they don't really pay attention and they forget about certain things. But it does seem that we've had quite a few like quality of life features that are really helpful. Any comments from your side? How do you feel about our progress?
Yeah, the team's been doing amazing work. I think it was nice to end the year yesterday and have, like you said, some time to reflect. It was also really nice to end the year hearing lots of positive feedback about the quality of life features that we released. And we hope that you enjoy this year. Hopefully we'll also be releasing a lot of exciting things like the roadmap shows. Yeah,
for sure. Someone was saying something. Comments from YouTube Live are not showing up. Well, they are showing up from me, and I don't know which one exactly do you mean. So yeah, and obviously we have our future plans we sort of separate into 3 parts, which is like nearing the end of development, and then there is something that is heavily in development, and something that we're looking into the future as well. But obviously the one near development is something that we're expecting very soon. I think there are 5 points in here, but they're quite big in my opinion. In terms of quality of life, we've obviously got the improvements to holding pool, which is quite nice. The ability to lock the cars from the holding pool and also see whether the car is a duplicate as well. It's quite helpful. I think there's been quite a lot of feedback about preventing buying attempts by mistake, which is a big thing. So that's nice to see. The additional rewards from ads is you just it's difficult to imagine what it looks like, but you just kind of have to see it. I think I've seen some screenshots and videos of it being played. But yeah, basically it's like a ladder, and you can complete many different like tasks by watching ads basically, and you get rewards. And there's, I don't know how it works at the moment. Is like, do they refresh every day or something like that, or
for the existing gold?
Yeah. No, for like the ladder itself, does it refresh every day or?
They have their own timers depending on the type of reward.
Yeah.
But you can do it multiple times a day.
Yeah, so there's like more than 10 basically, like, you know, every day. So you can do quite a lot with those. So you can watch a lot of ads and get, you know, nice rewards rather than the system that we have right now. And then with 3D environments, it's something that's, you know, we've been working on for a long time now, and some of the like newer players have seen a rollout of this system recently, you know, in the past 2 or 3 months. And you know, it's not like so easy. Like we obviously have it's good that we have tests, because we're able to see that, you know, in some cases we have like performance issues and things like that, which needs to be, you know, fleshed out a little bit before the full release.
Yeah.
So it's like we just cannot like roll it out for everyone straight away. We have to do these tests and see. So but yeah, it's getting there. I'm not going to be giving any dates or anything like that, but it's getting there. So and yeah, finally technical improvements. Yeah, like it says, we've got a team member who's like fully dedicated. Actually, they've started working on it in I think early December. So they've been looking at various performance issues for a while now. And I know that people are saying, you know, yeah, it's just Facebook, but it's not really. Like we don't believe it's actually just Facebook itself. We've tried, you know, replicating the issue on devices without Facebook. With Facebook, it doesn't seem to be like it's just like pure Facebook. It might be something else. But yeah, we are definitely looking into sorting this out in the near future. Any comments? In 3D environments, what we see in the ads, like what does that mean?
I think in the top drives ads, they're the high res environments. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it says 2 years lost in an instant. I want to see what it says. They sold me all the cars. Help me. I don't know what this is. Anyway, like, yeah, let's move on to the next point of the roadmap. We can have a look at the comments later. So on the horizon, I don't know, do I need to really go for all of these? Because there's quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, we're going to address the challenges situation in the Q&A, so we'll just wait until then. Different event times for regional servers. Yeah, this is something we mentioned 3 months ago, but I think there's some good progress on that. I think we're in like a testing phase, if I'm not mistaken, for this.
Yes, in the testing phase. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, we don't want to talk about it too much. Daily objectives and rewards. Yeah, that's quite cool. I mean, we do have like daily rewards at the moment, but this is like a more expanded system.
I'm really excited about this feature for the game.
Yeah, I mean, most games these days have these very you know, detailed systems, but our game was from like 2017, so it's not exactly, you know, up to date. But yeah, it's getting there. Store navigation, yeah. At the moment, like if we have just so many packs in there and offers, it's incredibly difficult. I found myself a few times actually missing the free packs just because they were like hidden like in the middle of the store, and I just couldn't find them. So it's good to see some progress on that. Communicative items will be consumed or not. I don't know actually that much about this. Maybe you can clarify
About the items.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on the quality of life list for a while. We've seen your requests to make it clearer when an item will be consumed or not. And was it a challenge? A recent challenge where there were a lot of players that got in contact with customer support because the keys were going to be consumed and you didn't realize that, so you picked the low rarity prizes first and then realized that you didn't have the required items to get the higher rarity prize, and so that pushed us to prioritize this higher to hopefully prevent from, because right now you have to click on the item, you have to tap it to see the details and read the description to know if it's going to be consumed or not. So we're hoping to make the UI communicate that to you so that it becomes more obvious.
Yeah, and so with car updates, yeah, we don't really have much to say right now. We never really say anything about updates until they're like nearly there to be released, but you know, like there's gonna be some wait. So that's like as much as I can say. But I think if it all goes well, I think we might be, you know, getting some new manufacturers. But you know, yeah, it's a bit early to say. So at the moment, we don't really have any updates. So we'll share more when we do get an update.
Yeah. On the store navigation, I really enjoyed a meme that was posted by a player. I think it was Christmas time when he had so many offers, and the meme was a burnt hand because of having to scroll so much.
Yeah.
I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Because especially with the, you know, new pack system that we have right now, we can customize these offers, and yeah, it looks interesting. So for the long pre-production, yeah, obviously this is, you know, no dates, as I said. But for the first one, we've got the preview tracks before selecting your events hand. I think this is big. I think this is something players have been asking for a very, very long time. And it's, you know, there's a clarification that you're not going to be able to see the exact tracks that you will be playing next. Rather, you will just see which tracks are in the event. So, you know, it's not like you will know what exactly is coming next. No, you will just know which tracks we're going to be using in the event, and that should give you some idea of how to prepare. Next one is quite big as well. Fuse legendary duplicates. Yeah, so you can, if you have a duplicate legendary, you can fuse it into another legendary, and that counts as free epics. So something's that's been requested for a long time as well. New championship. Yeah, we've released the Nismo 2 months ago, so we are working on more of those. You guys seem to love these, so why not? And then I think the next 4 are basically like completely fully rolled over from the previous roadmap. I don't know if we should expand on these, but I think all of these are kind of really still quite early in both, not just development, but in general, like thinking about them. They're still really early, and anything can change. So I don't want to expand on those too much, but like just to give you an idea that this is something on our radar at least, and you know. Yeah, so yeah, I think we'll leave it at that and switch to our actual Q&A. But let me see the chat first if there's anything. Actually, what I could have just read from here. What am I doing? So yeah, should be on your screen right now. So we've picked a bunch of questions, lots of questions in the thread, KT Play thread. It's been you know, a lot of responses. Good to see everyone engaging. Obviously, I do notice that. Questions become a bit more in the past months have started becoming a bit more, how do I say, more concentrated. There are like fewer questions, but they're asked, but like there are fewer same questions, you know, so people will not just ask a huge number of different questions, but rather everyone is just focused on same things, which to me shows, like, especially with quality of life requests, that we are, you know, following what you guys want us to do, and making changes, and people ask less and less of these questions. So yeah, the first question, by the way, so the way the Q&A live streams work and the structure is, we pick the first 5 questions from the KT Play thread. These 5 get the carbon fiber pack, because they are the most, we believe these are most valuable questions. The rest do not get the carbon fiber pack, so everything after that, all the questions after those 5 do not get anything, just to be clear, because people sometimes message me and saying, you know, I've been selected, but it's not exactly the case. I've been talking quite a lot, so let's move to the Q&A questions. Actually, I don't know if we are able to read from here, probably not, so let me do this. So the first question comes from user ID 494554111. I don't know, I'll read it out, and maybe you have you could talk about it, Maria. So can you confirm lessons have truly been learned about challenges, e.g. Not running 2 at the same time, allowing a break between big challenges to allow garages to recover resources, being more generous in where you place the gatekeeper rounds, i.e. after the CF or epic prize round, not before the CF or epic prize, less work to upgrade different low-level cars for each individual round. If the challenge is for an epic, make the difficulty commensurate with that. Ultimately, be a little bit more generous to the player base. So yeah, I mean, we've had like 5 or 6 of these questions. Not, actually, maybe like 12 of these questions about challenges and various degrees of, I don't know, like, yeah, tone, let's put it this way. But yeah, so what lessons have we learned, Maria?
I think I saw someone called Joshua saying that laughing into these microphones sounds like a boombox or something. So I'll try not to laugh. I'll try to be very serious.
Yeah, we'll try to keep our distance, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I got lost in the question. Okay, so I think first, before answering the question, I just want to highlight that, like, everyone that works in games, we get up and we go to work because we're really excited to make everyone have fun, and we hope that you enjoy the game. So seeing all of these messages that have been coming through recently of players saying that, you know, you're frustrated, you're a bit upset, you think that the game has not been as fun, like, we're really taking that seriously and we're listening to you, because ultimately the purpose that we have is to create a game that you enjoy and that you have fun. So I just wanted to underline that we are taking your feedback into account, we are taking it seriously, and we're reviewing internally what we can do to hopefully address your concerns. And I think the lessons that we've learned, so we've been collating the feedback, and one of the one lesson, I suppose, is that we're trying to create a consistency. I believe Robin briefly mentioned this in the Discord channel. We're creating a consistency between prizes. So depending on what the prize is, we're going to try across different challenges to design requiring a similar level of difficulty to get that prize. And after that first step, I think other things that we took away from the recent challenges are what creates the difficulty that creates frustration with you. So, for example, requiring specific cars with specific tunes, requiring specific cars or a small number of cars where one of those has a tune that isn't widely used. Having a hand with a really low RQ where even though for each individual race multiple cars could win, because the RQ is so tight, you end up having a single hand that you can use, or maybe, you know, 1, 2, or 3. Another one is where you need an epic to win, but then we don't allow you to use legendaries. That's also feedback, though. We've been collating. And the last one about I already mentioned it with the consistency, but where I think it was mentioned in the question, where before you can get to the CF, the difficulty really spikes, so you can't reach the CF, so taking into account the different stages of the rewards. So I think this is a summary of most of the feedback that we've been seeing, and I can't give you specifics right now of what the outcome is going to be, but I hope it shows that we have been reading your messages, we have been listening to you, and I just want to let you know that we are seriously considering it.
Yeah, and we have ways of tracking sentiment. You know, we have tools that we can use to track sentiment. We can see, comments and sort of aggregated feedback across many platforms. And this, like, you could say that the sentiment is bad right now, but it's not as bad as it was, some time ago. Like, I've seen worse, at least number wise, and we definitely hear what you guys are saying, and it's a difficult balance because somewhere around end of November maybe you could have seen comments saying, well, there's not enough content, there's nothing to play, and then there is too much content. But I guess we could have basically maybe spread it a bit more, but we do appreciate them. And Jimmy Z, I've seen your comment with question with 34 likes. I think your tone is fine. It's, you're asking about the old guard. We don't. You need to understand, we don't really. We really value the fact that players are sticking with the game, especially older players. And your question was not selected not for that reason. It's just that there were like 10 of them, and we need to choose which ones to. And we believe that this one is the most. This question is the most suitable to answer the specific concern that the players are having. We're not considering shutting down KD Play, so we are not Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. There's nothing that Maria hasn't really answered. So next question is, I think it's still about challenges. So can you please, from Slam Dunker, hi Hutch, can you please give us a bit more insights into your challenge builder? What is your strategy behind, and how do you verify your strategy? Thank you. And one interesting thing is actually, if you go to Hutch Games website, I've actually stumbled upon this today, and I think there's an article that talks about building challenges somewhere here. I think, yeah, from the 9th of August. I'm not even sure who wrote it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if this is like...
it was one of the engineers.
Yeah, if this is like outdated or not, but there's an article on the 3rd page of the news which talks about challenges, so maybe it's kind of... it could be useful to have a look at. But anyway, what about our just building challenges in general? So what is the strategy, Maria?
Sorry, I'm trembling. I'm just really cold.
Yeah, that's cool.
What is the strategy of building challenges? So first we start by thinking about like who are we designing this challenge for, and that is something that's becoming increasingly difficult, and maybe we need to find a better way to communicate it, because as we have players been in the game playing for 4 years, we have new players, and so we need to think about like who are we designing it for in terms of difficulty. As an example, the ARC challenges are designed for newer players. It's to have regular challenges that they can engage with, teach them from broad criteria that, you should be collecting cards from these different wide requirements so that you can build out your collection. And it's also the first path where if a new player joins and plays the qualifiers for the 9 months, they have one of their first opportunities to perhaps win an epic or a legendary prize card. And that's why the ARC 10 qualifier for January, I saw some players saying that why was it so easy? And it is meant to be easier. It's meant to be a challenge that newer players can join and complete to win the key over time. So that's the first step that we think about. And then it depends on for example, it's related to a collection series, or for example, with the arcs, we cycle through wide criteria that we know players will naturally collect over time anyway, because that makes it easier for them. And then based on that, we think about we look at the cards that are within that criteria. So you could have really fast drag cars, you could have twisty cars, you could have standard tires, performance tires, and then we just think about fun races and challenge sets that they could play on, like the track sets, and just mixing in all of those decisions, we then create the individual rungs and the individual opponents to then design the challenge.
Yeah, and a lot of time as well.
Time.
So thank you, Slam Dunker, for your question. I hope this is sufficient and gives you an idea of how the challenges are designed. Next question comes from Oh Doggy Dog. Given the great difficulties people have had over the past few challenges and the number of players leaving getting unhappy as a result, we will ever see challenges with 2 pathways. Let the players choose. Easier route equals lower rewards. Harder route equals better rewards. Before we jump into this, I want to address people are leaving is not a good thing, especially older players, and that would definitely want to keep everyone around, and we don't want you to give up on the game after 4 years and then investing so much time and effort into it. So it's really not very nice to see that, and we hope it doesn't happen as much as it may appear from forum posts and such. So do you want to talk about this? I think about these two. Opening my email. Do you want to talk about these two pathways, Maria? Is that?
Yes. Well, I briefly mentioned about maybe we should do something better in terms of explaining in game who this challenge is for. So I don't know how we could go about this. Designing two two separate challenges is very time consuming. As Robin also mentioned throughout Discord, we are working on our tools, so I never say never. It could become a possibility. I think right now, we're going to keep to designing a single challenge, and we'll keep targeting different players in terms of their progression. So new players, veteran players, players who are still on their journey to become veterans. I don't know if the UI could, the client, I'm just using my terminology, if the game could do a better job of describing how difficult it's going to be. I don't know, they're just ideas that we're going around.
Yeah, that's great. And guys, I see quite a lot of questions coming in through the comment section, and we'll try to look at those as soon as we have an opportunity. But keep them going. So yeah, thank you, ODoggyDog. Let me bring up Safari. Question number 4 from the main section comes from user Woden. So this one talks about matchmaking, the below/above 4,000 trophies issue. So what are the plans to avoid having folks try and stay under 4,000 rep, and those going over 4,000 being matched against people with carriages that are so good that you're suddenly bottom of the barrel in 90% of events for more than a year to follow? And I do appreciate you're saying that, because that's my situation. my situation. Maybe not as bad, but yeah, it's not so good. So I think to a certain extent we've been trying to, I guess, like I want to say test how we can address this by increasing trophies in one of our events not that long ago to 6,000. I've seen players actually saying that now it's actually more difficult for them. And I think that they expected the rewards to change as well. So it just goes to show it's not you're just changing number of trophies, right? It's like there's quite a lot thinking that has to go into that. So I don't know if Marie, if you had any thoughts about this as well.
Not too much to say at the moment. I can only underline what you said, that we do understand that it is a difficult moment in your progression into the game when you reach that point, and we're thinking about ways of how we could improve that experience. I don't have any specifics to share for now, but we are definitely looking into it and thinking about ways we could improve.
Yeah, and we get a lot of well, not a lot, but quite a few comments about CF packs, unlimited monetization. I just want to make it clear, guys, that we're not in a position to be talking about monetization, and I've seen that in previous live stream as well. There's only so far we can go to talk about that. This is not exactly our area of expertise, and not for us to discuss it. So just please, don't get disappointed if we are not paying attention to a question. We just can't in some situations. But yeah, we're gonna continue these, I suppose, experiments and tests with different trophies, and we'll see. I mean, as you have seen from the roadmap, we're pretty stacked with various tasks right now. At least half of it is quality of life. So there is, give us time. Basically, that's what something I would say. Give us time. Top right is not going anywhere. It's gonna look as fresh as a I don't know what's the like, yeah,
an orange.
Yeah, as fresh as an orange. So for in the coming months and in fact years. So it's not going anywhere, and you will see some good changes. Just something to keep in mind. Next question, ID 505527546. Another. And yeah, they just keep coming, aren't they? So when are you going to correct the overfilling brackets, or filling of brackets, sorry, or at least to maintain the percentage of people in each price tier in relation to the total number of persons in the bracket, and not just expand the people included in tier 1? Yeah, go on.
So I just want to say that when you read out the ID, it sounds like we're in a sci-fi movie. Yeah, when I first joined Top Tribes, the team's lead QA, he mentioned that there was some instances where the brackets were overfilling. So I have seen players posting this quite regularly now on Discord. So yeah, we can take it away and we'll look into it, analyze how frequently it's happening, and see if there's anything that we can do.
Yeah, it's another one of those pricing sort of issues, but again, it's on our radar. It's nothing. It's it's not something that we're just setting aside and not paying any attention to. There are definitely options. The reason why I've included in this main sort of section of 5 questions that will get a CF pack, and to be fair, this is quite a recurring question. It's not the first time we've seen it. It's just that it's been there for a long time, so that's why we want to we don't want you to create an impression that we're just picking easy questions, because we've got plenty of those for the next half an hour of the live stream. But yeah, so please don't be well, at least we hope you appreciate that we try to bring those difficult questions to the front. So yeah, thank you ID505. Let me have a quick look at the chat. Obviously lots of great ideas for the game. I hope someone's watching and writing it down, but otherwise we can see comments in the on YouTube mainly, and get some ideas from there. We have a massive list of ideas, and really the list of things we can bring into the game and improve is endless. And we hope that things like roadmap give you at least an idea of what we're working on next. So the main section is over. We can now move to sort of, if you want to say, easier questions, but just questions from the community that we've noted as well. They're quite good ones. They're from various sort of areas of the game. First one is from Lizma, and by the way, these players are not getting carbon fiber packs. So just to be completely clear, only the first 5 do.
Sorry, Dimitri. Did you pick the one about the pets?
No. I saw that, but I didn't. I don't know. You wanted to answer that,
I
didn't
don't know.
you? Yeah, there was a question about our pets. Yeah, which happen. These questions do come through sometimes. First question from Lizma. Hello. Will there be a continuation of a single campaign like it was with the Nissan Skyline? So I don't know. What do we want to say? Just talk about the campaign, the championships, the Nissan GTR LM Nismo. I think it's been a success, and I've seen players really enjoying it. So that's really great to see, because I think at the start there were some considerations like about the prize car itself, but I think with at the moment we're seeing some great feedback. And yes, there will be more championships. Obviously, we cannot say what car, what theme. The only thing I can pretty much safely say is that it's most likely to be a newer car. So if we're talking about cars from American Dream Update, one of them everyone knows, it's probably not going to happen, just because championships need to be relevant. They need to be up to date with the current version of the game, so that everything else that we're doing in the game, it supports this championship, and vice versa. So all the cars that you've been upgrading for various challenges, events that we've had recently, they can be useful in this championship. So that's how it works. So we can't really go back 2 years and just start working from there. But who knows? It's not up to me to decide. But I know that this was at least the thinking for this particular championship for the GTR LM Nismo, which I've also built in Forza. It looks so good. Yeah,
I'd love to hear feedback. If you're enjoying it, or if you're not, let us know. I haven't seen too much feedback around the championship, so yeah, it would be really nice to hear what you think. I'm surprised how fast people are going through. I think Massey said he was 60% through. That's very far.
Yeah, well, you have to have a lot of renown, and well, it's been 2 months about that. Yeah, something just came to my mind. There's a player out saying thanks for not pushing propaganda in your game, but it just randomly it made me think about we do have players talking about monetization quite a lot, and this is something I don't want to talk too much, but you have to take into account that the Top Drive doesn't really have that many ads compared to some other games. Like in some other games that you play, you just wouldn't be able to go through anywhere without watching an ad. It's like in a free-to-play game at least. So there's like what I'm trying to say. There's a balance between monetization and ads and everything like that. Just keep that in mind whenever you think about that. Whenever you think about monetization and top drives. So some good obviously feedback about Nismo campaign. I think I've just started, so for me it's early days still.
I'm in the yellow bird.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it takes some time. Next question from, I don't know how to spell this, but I'm sorry. So it's Koi Yui Racing. Are you happy with the roadmap update because you reached your goals, or are you a bit sad because some goals have to be delayed because of other work which was needed to be done first? I'm a patient person and also enjoy a slow progress on the roadmap, but I wish you luck achieving it. I think we've achieved everything that we wanted, at least from the previous roadmap. I think there's most things that are still remaining that are rolled over from the previous roadmap are like really long-term and big project like physics rework, aftermarket tuner cars and things like that, special editions of cards. That's something that takes a lot of time. I think you've seen the list of completed items. It's like 10 or 11, so it's a lot. And I think that's just 3 months, right? I think if we went back a year ago and we actually started doing these roadmaps a little bit earlier than this, we would have been able to better communicate our progress as well, because this is quite important. If you're just playing the game all the time, you might not be, or even working on it like we do, you might not be noticing all the progress as much as if you are actually, going back every once in a while and saying, well, this has been done. We should communicate this to players, and players should be able to see what's been done and also tell them what we're working on right now. And I think this format, the current format, works quite well because it's like, we don't want to commit too much, we want to give you an idea of what's been done and what we're thinking about working on, but we don't want to commit, too much, because things and plans change all the time. It's sometimes not even because of us. So so next, I think we're happy. Maria is happy. Maria's been here for not that long, really, so it's good. We've seen some really good movements in recent months.
I love this question. It's so caring. I just want to take the opportunity to say that we're happy with the roadmap, and we're also really happy with the team. We're a super tight-knit team. Everyone's been doing amazing work, and I hope that you can see that with the amount of features that we're releasing, and also being able to spend a little more time on the quality of life features. So, really happy.
So next question from Meat Speed. I love the name. So could we possibly get rare alternate art for cars in the game? Basically just different picture and colored model to match that is more rare than the normal artwork, but is the same otherwise. I mean, the answer is no, simply because we have over pretty much 2,500 pictures in the game, and they're actually, if you notice, they're actually sort of fairly low quality, so they're quite compressed to make sure the file size is as small as possible. So bringing alternative art for each of the cars, even just one photo, that means doubling the size of the game and doubling everything. It's difficult. We sort of had struggles bringing the current amount of cars into the game. We started with 700 back in nearly 5 years ago now. And we had to improve quite a lot of things to get to this level that we have now. A lot of background stuff, as I call it, because I don't know what it is actually. So background stuff had to be improved, and we cannot just bring another, basically double the number of photos we have. It's impossible at the moment. Although we would love to maybe see better pictures of cars that we have right now or something like that. Maybe not just better, but maybe some completely different style. Anyway, we'll have to see. But for your specific question, no. I think I saw. I'm not sure what about like PT system. No, that's no. It's monetization. We can't talk about this. Question ID 603261352. Could you add a possibility to downgrade a car? For example, change the configuration 233 to 2323. Well, this is not exactly a downgrade, this is just changing a tune, right? But I've never seen anyone asking about like downgrading cars, so I guess like going from 233 to, I don't know, 222 or something, 232, just removing your upgrades, which is probably not going to happen, because, you know, we kind of, it's how the game's been running for like 4 and 5 years. You have to really think before you make upgrades, so it's not going to happen, I would say. But I like the idea of downgrading the car. Like changing tunes is a slightly different thing, obviously. Not seen that one before. Shall we move to the next one? Actually, the next one is also quite interesting. I don't think I've seen that one as well. So from the ID 457266397, be able to cancel a fuse during a short period of time after starting. The cars used in the fuse could be pending for say 10 minutes and grayed out in your garage until the time is up. Then the fuse is locked in. I actually found this quite interesting. I didn't know if you saw this, Maria, but I thought I could put it through to you. So maybe you could share your thoughts. Like, you probably haven't thought about it at all, but you know, what do you think about canceling a fuse? I think that's a reasonable proposition, I guess.
Yeah, when I read it, I was thinking, well, why? The first thing that came to my mind was that maybe players want to cancel a fuse because you can only see how long it's going to take to fuse after you've fused it. So then if you don't realize it's going to take hours, you might want to cancel. If it's for another reason, I'd be really curious if you could explain more.
Yep, so please do. Question from the comments about new sounds, and actually this is something I forgot to mention, that in addition to the new 3D environments, I think we are also updating a bunch of car models, so they're going to be a bit different. Yeah, so I think I actually don't know the progress at the moment, but there was definitely consideration to bring new sounds, as you say, to diversify the way the game sounds, basically. So yeah, it's good to see that there is some sort of appetite for this, but we are for sure bringing along new car models into the game with the 3D environments. So that's something on our radar. And yeah, I mean, there's different sounds for like gravel and suspension creaking. Yeah, I guess it's they would be quite standardized across, because we have so many cars. They would have to be standardized. But yeah, I can see that some time into the future. I don't know how feasible the team sees this, but to me it's pretty reasonable. I do like one thing to keep in mind is that we do have to balance. You know, we don't want to put too much effort into environments and sounds and graphics, because many players are saying that they don't care about these things. You know, like they say that like the current graphics are absolutely fine for them, and they just skip all the races and they don't watch them. So we cannot go full in. It's not like like Top Race is not like Forza, right? So it has to be a bit more conservative, I guess, with its graphics and how far we can go. But bringing these to the new modern standard is pretty much essential to make sure that the game remains sort of relevant and appealing, both to older and newer audience.
Oh, I saw some comments about the cancelling a fuse. That it could be if someone chooses a wrong tune and then realizes it, wants to backtrack. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting question from Ms. Bernard. I think this is the first time I've seen this as well. It would be awesome. By the way, is it visible on the screen here? No, it's not. Let me scroll down a bit. Yeah, so it would be awesome to have a top speed track to see the full potential of the car. A quarter and a half a mile and a 1 mile ain't enough. Let's add some track with full length, like 5 miles, to challenge each other for some ultimate speed. It's a nice drag battle since cars have a low, mid or high acceleration speeds. And with a 5 mile drag race, it would be awesome to see how we can challenge other players. Thumbs up if you want this, people. I had an immediate response to it. I don't know if there's two responses I have. First one is actually it's a cool idea to have like a really long track. Although we do have some really quite long tracks. I think Nürburgring is pretty long. But the problem with this is that with 5 mile race is that? Let's say you put like a mighty boy over there, yeah, or something like that, and then you have to watch it completing the whole 5 mile drag for like 10 minutes or something. Well, it's mighty boy probably a bit faster than this, but like some common car, and then you just have to sit there and watch it, racing for so long. I think it's gonna be a bit of a problem, isn't it?
We have the quality of life that we released.
But that's only if the opponent is losing, not you. So if you are losing, if you put your car, do you know what I mean?
Your car against an opponent.
Yeah. If my car is losing, can I still skip the race?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, in this case, yeah, that is not a problem then. I'm getting confused. I think from the description I got a bit confused. Maybe that's.
I'm
possible.
not thinking if I'm confused.
I don't know. Maybe if players let them know how it actually works.
When I tested it, I did it for the 2 ways. So yeah. I thought it was a cool idea as well. Yeah, we'll take it on board and we'll discuss it. Yeah.
So that's the only problem I see, but if it's not a problem, that's a different issue. Ren says no CF, yeah, but I think you've had a few, so I'm sorry, but it's actually a good question. So do you plan on making events that continue the lore of the Top Drives campaign story? Since the implementation of the new challenge system, we had lost track of the original characters of the game. Like, can we see another drag race event that Legrand did for 1 million credits like in the past? I've actually, I didn't even realize we haven't had any sort of, communication with these guys for a while. I think, I can't remember who it was, but one of the characters holds like an iPhone 6, which is like really old. So we need to give him like an iPhone 13 Pro Max, I guess, to bring them up to date a little bit. I wonder where they are in life right now. But I mean, it's a cool idea. It depends on the designer, I guess. If the designer wants it, he or she have the capabilities to add some characters, to use some characters. I think Tim used to play with these quite a lot. Like he would have these pop-up messages giving you hints or something like that back in the day. But I think this was shortly after I joined, and I haven't seen that in a while, I think. But yeah, so it's an interesting question. If someone from the team is watching, who is responsible for the design, this is one for you. Next question from user Sleeper, and this is going to be an interesting question indeed. So I was wondering when we will have an event or something with some of the obscure tags like sleeper cars and EVs, and actually quite soon. And the reason why we're going to have an event with EVs is because we have sadly heard about one of our players passing, it's difficult to talk about this, but he was one of the members on KD Play, but a very active player, who said that game helped him a lot in his sort of last months to just get this distraction. So we've heard about him passing, I think, yesterday. And obviously the whole team was like very moved by the whole story, and we're asked by members of the community to maybe commemorate this, or not commemorate. I'm not sure what the better word is, but to just give some credit to this situation, and we were gonna have the EV/diesel event in the game soon. I think on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's really like really moving to see what I'm finding it difficult to find words, because it is really like a really moving story, and we really appreciate that our game can help not just be frustrating all the time, but actually be helpful. So yeah, I don't know if I should say more on this, but we're definitely paying attention. And then Smartford, have you ever considered doing a VIP mode like Royale Pass in Clash Royale, Rocket Pass in Rocket League, etc.? Yes, I think we have. The first time I've seen players asking about this was about a year ago. And we were like, definitely no, because the game has to be designed around this. But I think the team has had some ideas around this. I've not seen anything coming up in the past couple of months, maybe, or something like that. Maybe I'm just not looking in all the Slack channels, but I don't know, Maria. I don't know if you have much to say about this.
I think I'd like to know more about why you're interested in a VIP mode. If you get the time and you can post a bit of a longer message explaining why you're interested in it, would go a long way to help us understand. Yeah, I'd need to. It would be really helpful to understand that before diving into it deeper.
Yeah. So if you have an opinion, please do let us know. I think we've got 3 more questions left. Actually, pretty tough one, this one. IG 457426206. Hi Hutch team, I would love the ability to sort by ownership stats, days owned, total races, win ratio, etc. This gives us the ability to interact with, explore, and appreciate our garages more. As our garages continually grow, it gets harder to keep track of everything, and this would help us get a better feel for what we have. Thanks. And I've seen a lot of questions about this. I'll say straight away, I don't know what Maria thinks about this, but it's obviously a quality of life, and we've been working on quite a bit of quality of life features recently, and have quite a few of them in the pipeline. So why not? I think the filter sort of update is needed. There's quite a few things we could have added in there. I don't think that is on your radar at the moment, Maria, is it?
Well, Dimitri, no, it's actually tracked on the quality of life prioritization list.
Yeah, so which is like 150,000 items, but no, this is quite important. No.
I remember these are not super far down.
Okay.
Maybe about halfway up. Yeah.
Oh god, these questions are not getting easier, aren't they? So, Scars and Furious, are you going to improve the clubs? I don't know if we can say much. I think we've briefly mentioned this in November Q&A live stream as well, as we've had some discussions with players about clubs and general issues with those. But I think Maria's been playing the game quite a lot, and getting a hand of what clubs really mean for players, and getting a good impression. And for her, it's like the main question is, why do you want to improve clubs, right?
No.
So,
maybe that this way everyone who provides a feedback will say why. Like we said in, I believe, in a previous live stream, that we are looking to do a refresh of the requirements. It just needs to be prioritized against everything else that we need to do. But yeah, we'll definitely refresh those requirements. In terms of wider improvements to clubs, it's been in discussions. We're thinking about more holistically in terms of what's next for the game. It could involve clubs, it could not. We might make smaller improvements to the experience of farming clubs. That was my Christmas. I think I saw a player on Katie Play asking if we play our challenges, and yeah, we do. I did play the collection series, and yeah, my mom got a bit upset of how much I was playing clubs while I was visiting for the holiday. So I've experienced what I believe the majority of the feedback is about the game mode. So yeah, we understand what's being communicated by you, and nothing to share for now apart from refreshing the requirements, but we're exploring what else we can do with clubs.
Yeah, and we do have sometimes players are asking, do we play our game? We actually have a lot of team members who are not just playing the game, they're like properly, all-time players by now. And I'm not talking about only Tim, who's very well known. We have other team members who are very, very much into the game, and they're veterans, and they're able to say, nah, this is not good, or maybe I don't feel very good about this as an older player. And we get a lot of feedback from various parts of the community that, it might not be so visible. Obviously, what you can see is obviously everything that's on the forums, on public platforms. But we talk to players privately, so clubs was one of those things that we've been researching quite privately as well. Last question from DSK Ron. The pictures of the cars are pretty cool, but the info on the card hides the full picture. Can we have an option to toggle that info on and off? And I wanted to bring this up again because this is a new question that I haven't seen before, but it makes me think. I think that our cars that we have, they already have all the stats on them sort of imprinted, which means that it's like one file. So if we wanted to toggle that info off, we would have to show you a different file. So basically, to bring that option into the game, we would have to double the amount of files, car photo files that we have in the game, which exactly what, as I said in a couple of questions ago, it would be a massive weight increase, like size increase for the game, for files and everything. So so if that's how it works, and I think that's how it does work, it's not feasible, unfortunately. But I do like the idea. Some of these cards, yeah, they're really good looking and they want to be shown in full. But it is what it is at the moment. Yeah. I don't know, everything. That's all. I had something on my mind, but I think that's all. I think we're done with this. Obviously, there were many more questions, guys. Oh yeah, the thing that was on my mind. The next small update, not big car update, but the smaller update is coming soon. It's going to have quite a few things from the break-in distance. No, not this one anyway. Yeah, so it's coming. Yeah, break-in distance stuff is coming quite soon. I think actually the next update is really meaty, so there's a lot to be looking forward to. And yeah, remember, it's not always what you see. Player-facing features are always like at half of what actually goes into an update. There's a lot of background stuff and systems that have to support what is player-facing. There's optimization and things like that. So yeah, looking forward. I think the 14.5 going to be fun, and yeah, that's all. Any final words, Maria? Maybe want to look at the questions that we have in our chat.
Yeah, let's go through it quickly. Should we go up?
Yeah, we can just go. I think there's a comment from Ren about VIP mode. I presume for a reward for every in-app purchase made. So like as a loyalty system. It's active on some Chinese games. I do play a game called Punball at the moment. It does have this system whereby you're the more you're sort of spending, you get more rewards for that as well. So it's yeah.
Permanent boosted club rewards. Yeah, you're right. We have spoken about this in the past, especially with top drives existing for 4 years. We have to make these decisions really carefully. Because it could accelerate the garage divergence even. It could accelerate the garage divergence to be even faster. So yeah, we have to make these decisions, understanding what, if we put this feature in place, what will it mean to the game in 1, 2, 3, 5 years? Oh, is there anything else? Oh, you sound like Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, just an incident on the racetrack. So, Kevin, actually a final question. Any word on increasing number of cars that go on wish lists? I think we've mentioned that last time, haven't we? That you were considering it at least.
Yes, so we have the quality of life that we shared in the roadmap update. Looking into whether we can increase the number of cars on the wish list is getting closer in terms of its priority, but we haven't reached it yet.
There you go. Yeah, guys, final couple of minutes, just throw whatever you have at us. We'll try to answer maybe a couple more questions. Otherwise, it's been exactly 1 hour since we started. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little update.
Change tires.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen from... sorry, I don't want to interrupt you and your train of thought. Which question you were looking at?
Gagarin.
Oh, Gagarin.
Gagarin.
Yeah. Feature that you can change tires. Yeah, that seems like a pretty big deal, changing tires on cars,
Oh, I've seen this one before about the status for the filter stock. I added it to the quality of life prioritization.
This one makes sense. And Nintendo, I think that's the exact question you've submitted on KD Play. I was looking at it as well.
What is up with the giant black-like voids? Oh yeah, we've noticed that, and we've been tracking it. We're going to try to address it through the 3D environments. We'll have to see as we work through them if we can solve those visual issues. What else? Allow us to see how many races we did in clubs. Is that because right now, if people race against you, it doesn't show? I've experienced that. So you'd like a way where you can see the races that you've done plus the win and loss. Okay. Yeah, we can track that as part of when we look at improvements to clubs in general.
Last one. Am I Russian? Yes, well, kind of. I was born in Estonia, but yes, I'm Russian speaking natively. And Maria's born in Canada, I think.
I grew up in Portugal. That's why my English isn't. It sounds kind of native, but it's not. This is why I can't say divergence very well. Is there anything going to be done floating cones or barriers in races? I'm going to the QA team is looking at those details when going through the 3D environments, so it could be resolved as we roll them out. Similar concept, I'd pay double for triple the club booster.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's Blossom. He's been here in this seat.
Yeah.
Last week.
Okay, yeah, we can take that away and consider it as well. Viva Portugal. Yes, I've seen that we have some Portuguese players. I won't tell you what my football club is because that could cause disruption. Yeah.
So I think we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope you appreciate it. Enjoyed the our live stream. We've had, I think, 10, 15, 20 questions, quite a bit. So we will see you next month around the same time, I suppose, for the next Q&A live stream. We'll probably have more stuff to share. We'll have the 14.5 probably released by that time. So it's gonna be quite fun. But yeah, Happy New Year, everyone. I know it's a bit late, but it's the first time we've seen each other for a while. As usual, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Twitch, Facebook, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment, and we will see you very, very soon. Thanks, Maria, for coming. It's time for us to go. I'm hungry. Bye-bye.
Bye.